we'll get started. We'll get to play with the new toy.
Wait to use this.
I mean, it elevates, man.
It's really good though.
It elevates everything.
Because I can hear everything.
And hearing everything is believing everything. This is gonna be hilarious because we're gonna definitely abuse.
Oh my goodness, you
these
are going to
buttons.
definitely abuse these buttons.
Nah, man. All right, you could go ahead and introduce yourself.
It is official Warrior Chick, aka Mama.
And it is your boy Devo D Live, man. And together we are Mother and Son Podcast. And if you're brand new listening to this for the first time, it's quite simple, man. We're gonna simplify this podcast because that's what I think the best companies in the world do. They know how to simplify, right? So I feel like we're just essentially the millennials trying to merge with Gen X. Keep up while keeping up with Gen Z and the alphas, the newborns that are coming into the world.
Is that what they're called now?
The alphas, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because Gen Z is the last one, so they have to go back to A. So alpha. Let's go
way.
alpha, beta, yeah.
Who said that?
The world.
The world said that. Oh my goodness.
No, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a very fun podcast to listen to if you're brand new. We just try to merge, like I said before, Gen Z with Gen X and the millennials and
now it's
alphas. But this podcast started back during the demic of pans.
we don't even probably remember anymore.
I know, that's crazy.
We don't even talk about it.
I know, it's like nothing happened. Like, oh yeah, so wait.
You mentioned it, like, passing over.
Yeah, you might like,
before
hey,
it started, or
this was, oh yeah, do you remember when this happened? Like, it's like, no. So this podcast started from there. We are here now, and we just like to kind of follow up with the Canadian economy, how things are going on here, how we've been able to survive through the economy. And yeah, it's just been a very cool, weird, scary, sad, readjusting, pandemic, recession. There's a lot of things happening. So, what could we, I guess now, okay, I guess we'll start off by saying it's spring in Canada. Thank goodness it is spring. Thank goodness it is spring. Springtime is back. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
Oh my goodness. You are loving this.
This is going to be fun.
New system here.
Yeah, everyone could laugh with my mom now. Yeah. See,
That's
so
hilarious.
I will be playing some fun sounds for you guys. But this is what I want it to be a little closer, but whatever. It is what it is. I just hope you all are enjoying the sounds. We said we needed to get it, so we got it. Yeah, man, it's getting warmer. It's springtime. The mosquitoes are definitely back.
They are definitely out right now. If you're out in the city, I'm gonna laugh every time you use these things. So like, don't use them often because I'm gonna be just laughing the whole time. Okay. But if you're out in the city, wherever you are right now, it is mosquito season, and they are out.
Yeah, man, it's nuts.
Just everywhere right now.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But I guess this is the part of spring that we look forward to.
Yeah.
And man, you just gotta, I guess, enjoy it for what it's worth. I know I feel like you just want to kind of jump straight to the summertime,
but it's a part of the season and you have to go through it. It's part of nature. You can't rush it.
I know. It's good though. It's fun to see the leaves coming back out. You got, turn different, or they, when they bloom, they look super pretty. So that's super nice. There's been a busy few weeks for us.
Yes, it's been very busy.
And I hope you all are wherever you're listening, whatever time you're listening to this, I hope you're having a busy week or day too as well. Because it can be a little difficult. I know some people,
especially if you're an entrepreneur.
Absolutely, entrepreneurs, self-employed, people who are self-employed, all that stuff. It's tough. But any heck, even if you are employed,
yeah, if
you know what I'm saying? I just think the recovery time, I mean, the wound is still quite fresh, and I know we're trying to just move from it. And I think it's cool to see like some new venues opening up in the city now.
We got to go to a couple of events.
Yeah, a couple of events are starting to, we're back. I feel like you could go to an event now and not worry about like signing up 10 million things.
Or wearing a mask.
Yeah, wearing a mask.
Could you remember that?
Yeah, what's crazy is how, like you just, like even mentioning just having to sign everything, like were you coughing, people sneezing and giving hugs all of a sudden now.
I know. Remember you had to do, everything was hand sanitizers and
I know.
Mask and
I just realized that like this is one of the most recent ones we went to. Shout out to Earl's. Actually.
Yes.
Shout out to Earl's,
really
man.
Good.
Earl's restaurant was awesome. They went to Yorkdale, and it was just really cool to see everybody back into like an entire restaurant with like not wearing masks, not worrying about having to sign a million things. It was just kind of like you go in, you check in, get a drink.
You were hugging
people,
shaking hands,
yeah,
drinking,
eating food,
finger foods too.
Yeah,
nobody was worried about.
That's the best thing. That's how you low-key kind of survive.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? If I could throw out the plug, is listen, do your thing, go out to these events, right? Create your community. Go out to these events, meet people. We need to collaborate as entrepreneurs in the city. These are phenomenal events to do so. Meet different people. You obviously get great food. You get great drinks. You get infinite amount of food and an infinite amount of drinks. You get to turn up. And obviously you put something really cool together for the client. And that's how you got to take it, right? You got to take it. So, and partners even, really, more or less. So I look at a lot of these as my partners and people that, and I wouldn't like, I will now invest in Earl's, or have already been, but like, it just makes more sense to do so now when, you have fun expansions like that happening throughout the city. And there's going to be a lot more. So I hope we get to continue to talk about more. You've been super busy.
I've been super busy this week. I've been super busy this week. It's been a really good week for me. I find that my mic's going in and out.
Yeah, it's how you're hearing it through your headphones, and then your headphones is just like, but you're fine. Okay. Yeah, and don't worry about it. Just don't worry.
Yeah, I had a great week this week, and I got to do a 40 over 40 photo shoot experience, and that was fun. Yeah, embracing this new phase in my life. I think it's a great phase to be, and I feel very blessed that I reached this phase of my life, because a lot of people, I've known some people in my personal life that hasn't even reached my age. So I'm very grateful.
Fair enough.
Yeah, right. So I'm really grateful that I'm able to even celebrate being this age. So it was fun. And I went to a couple of events with you.
Yeah.
Which was really good. So really looking forward for this new season. New opportunities, new beginnings now. And that's how I tie in the spring with the season, right? Like for spring, it's new flowers, new growth. And I see that as life, you take it as season. So it's a new opportunities, trying new things, meeting new people, going different places, and
Yeah. So I agree. I totally agree.
And I'm also trying this year for this spring season. I'm doing some planting. I'll be planting some flowers, and I'll be showcasing that on my YouTube channel.
Nice.
So that's something that I will be doing as a recording the process of from the seeds. And
Nice.
so it's giving my
What
first.
flower are you gonna grow?
Well, there are just 3. I'm starting with the basic flowers, like one's like a sunflower, like a white flower, and like another pink flower. I'm not sure exactly. I left them at home, but they're just basic now because it's just a beginning of me starting. So I just wanted to start with something simple.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What else could they be expecting on your page? I'm going to be excited to like start DJing outside again.
I'm excited about spending more time outside.
Yeah, man.
Getting outside and just enjoying nature.
That's crazy to think about that.
I know.
To think about that.
I know. I'm really excited. I love, especially in the city. The city is really beautiful when in the summertime, like that spring, summer.
Yeah, I guess nice.
Really, really nice. And there's so many things to do. And you find people are so much more happier. And this will be the first time since the pandemic, will be like a full year.
I know.
Since we've been back.
So it's refreshing. I could kind of feel myself kind of getting back to this, to a space, I'll say.
Have you been out and about in the city?
I
mean, the last last week we had a really good weather. It kind of like fooled us.
It did. We had really great weather.
Nice
Honestly,
weather.
I would just go to the park and just sit outside.
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity to. But the chances that I did, I definitely just went to the park and just sat outside. And then I feel like there were events happening. Like I feel like people were really taking advantage of like warm weather.
Yeah.
So I feel like I somehow went to. I gotta look at my calendar and figure that out. But I feel like I went to a few events. Oh yeah, big shout out to TD and the Toronto Blue Jays for the season opener at Union Station. That was fun. Got to host that. It was really, really fun. And then also, we had a really great time, which I'm excited for to go more often in life. Finally, we got to go to our very first ever Cirque du Soleil.
Yes, that was very fun.
And that experience was insane. Kuzma, I think. Kuza is the name of the show.
It was
Kuza. It was insane. I've never seen a circus act before in my life. And
really?
Yeah, no, that one was crazy.
A circus before when you were small. You did. No.
I'm telling you, I did not.
Yes, at Scarborough Town Center. We saw a small circus.
Scarborough Town Center.
Yeah, because you were small. Yeah. Oh,
no. Man.
No, that was when you were small. Because I'm like, of course you've been to the circus.
Maybe.
Like when you were
I don't think I was ever afraid of clowns, though.
No, but
yeah. Fair. I don't remember that. But this was like my real first like
actual.
Yeah, like these guys were from
beginning to start.
I was like, oh my goodness, this guy's gonna jump from the ceiling all the way down and catch himself on this rope. But no, it was very impressive and I really enjoyed myself. So I do look forward to going back to many more sessions. And checking out different storylines, because that storyline was cool with the kite, right? The imagination and stuff, and then he became the king. Like that was cool. That was a really cool concept. I think I went to another spot called CKTL and Co. It's a dope restaurant in the financial district in Toronto, and just a really, really cool concept space. If you go inside, they have like these tickers, and the more people if people buy a certain drink, that drink price will go up by $1.
Oh, really?
And if no one's buying a certain drink, then the drink will drop in value. And if you see that it drops in value, you could get it at that price.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and then throughout the hours,
on drinks.
Exactly. So you're like, oh, that's a hot drink right now. Everyone's drinking that drink.
Oh.
You could buy it, or you could wait for that drink to drop down and whatever else is popular in the next hour or so, You could buy
That's
the
really
it's a really
cool.
cool concept.
That's a
So
very cool concept.
shout out to CKTL and Co. Yeah. Wow. That's your Samsung. Wow. The disrespect.
I know.
That's insane. See, my iPhone. My mom decided to sporadically get a Samsung because she went to one Samsung event.
And oh my God, because
But
I
shout out
liked
to
the
Samsung.
phone. It was a nice phone.
Shout out to Samsung.
It was nice. But now I have to go back now. I have to go back to the iPhone now.
Yeah, because I was like, what are you doing?
I know.
Listen, nothing against Samsung. I love Samsung. I know how to work a Samsung.
Yeah.
But I know my mom, she needs an ecosystem that's very simple for her. Simplicity. And this is not my Apple side coming out, but the reality is Apple makes just the ecosystem is so clean and easy.
It is. I understand that.
Right? It's so simple.
It's flawless. It's like
it's
a transition. The transition is very smooth.
It does it for you. Don't worry about how it does it. Just know that it does it for you.
Yeah.
Right? Your photos are here. Guess what? They're going to be on your computer too.
Yeah.
Why? Because you don't have to know why. Just understand that you have access to it. And there's no really other company that I've noticed really like yes, Samsung has laptops. They have there's an Android watch, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they have the Android.
Yeah, they have the watch. Yeah, they have the watch, the S3s and the 4s, yeah. So they have the new watches and stuff, but I think they might be even on the S7 or something like that. But it's just I know where you're at.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no,
trust me.
I'm always,
and what you want to do as well.
Yeah, and I'm always willing to try new things, but I'm also willing to learn.
Yeah.
Right? And I tried it and I'm like, you know what? It's better I really go back to the Apple phone.
Fair.
Yeah.
They come back to the dark side. Come back.
I know. I'm coming
to the
back.
dark side. Not
okay.
But, I think that will that will definitely
make my life a lot more easier.
Yeah. Just get back into the ecosystem of things. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard, okay. So one thing we can talk about is, I guess, for those who are listening, I mean, we were in a situation where we had to sell a home last year during a very strange and obviously difficult time for a lot of people around the world. And we were able to accomplish it and figure it out, right? And being in that position really opened our mind, our not even just our minds, but our eyes to the real estate market. And I think a lot of us think we know about the real estate market. You might think you know, but I promise you don't know. There's a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of things to consider that a lot of people don't even realize. And that's okay, because it's not like we're taught this in school. But I don't know. What are you seeing that some home prices have dropped? I mean, we've seen the drop happen.
Yeah, I seen it
from last year,
drop,
but this year for sure, first quarter, there's been some drops, man.
Yeah, I haven't really seen a lot of drops. I've seen some, but not a lot. But I can tell that it's starting to slowly. You can start to see the price is starting to drop a little bit more than it was from last year.
Yeah. Now, wow. Shout out to yeah, I did see some prices drop for the homes around the GTA, some condos.
Oh, prices for the condos.
I urge people to rent. Yeah. I mean, I urge people to rent, man.
Especially if you're single.
Yeah, rent. It's I know everyone's on this hype about owning and trying to get on this like real estate heist that might happen soon, but like, rent if you can for now. Yeah. And then when you have the equity and you could make a little bit more than just like a single person living in your place.
Yeah,
like,
don't go into debt for a house.
Yeah.
I just personally think it's not worth it.
Yeah, man, it's tough. then you're
It's not.
trapped for that
Yeah,
house.
I
I
know.
mean, it depends on what you want in life too,
Yeah,
right?
it all depends too. If
But I would for
I
sure,
we're single people, so
yeah. So it's just like, yeah, and we don't have to worry about like, you know, oh no, I have to stay at this house because, you know, if I get an opportunity out in the UK, for example, I
or
don't know.
just say for instance your finances change, right?
Yeah,
That
true.
affects your whole income and that affects your being able to keep up with the house because
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
so that's another thing to consider. People don't consider that, oh, I'm going to have this job forever. So you get a house based on the income that you had this job with, and now with the layoffs happening, you get laid off,
I know.
and now you're like, how am I going to pay this bill now? I don't have the job or the income that was coming in before.
You know what's you know what's unfortunate? It's like, yeah, this is where I encourage people to use social media to the fullest potential because um you're going to want to be able to diversify with your income as well, right? You want to have multiple sources. So if you could find something that you enjoy doing and, you know, share that experience on socials, like you could niche on it. Like TikTok is great at that now. I think a lot of people have a misconception of TikTok. And it's funny because we were speaking with some people throughout the weekend. Quite a few people, they're like, I just I can't with the TikTok stuff. And I'm like, okay, here's the thing. There's two types of people on TikTok. It's either you're consuming TikToks or you're making TikToks. You're producing TikToks. And I think, sure, you could maybe be on the app for an hour or whatever if you're like, you know, consuming, but like say you're learning. I'll give you that. But just sometimes if you just double down and gear down and see like, okay, it doesn't take you that long to figure out what's trending on TikTok,
I
right?
think because TikTok can be intimidating.
For what? In terms of what though? Like what's
I think,
intimidating?
but are you talking to a certain age group?
No, I think there's a lot of people in every age group that has already proven to not just themselves, but like anyone who may doubt that platform, who may think it's too Gen Z or too young. And it's like, no, you're missing the point. That's where eyeballs are right now. Like, you got to think business. You always have to think business and opportunity. Like, and the reality is anyone that wants to be successful in anything that they're doing, you're going to want eyeballs. Right? You can't be successful without recognition or even word of mouth. So it baffles me when I'm like, okay, that's fine that you might be intimidated, but like learn it. Take some time to actually learn it. And no, it isn't about just dancing or singing or doing whatever. Like actually dig in and understand like, yo, there's people that niche in what you niche in and they're doing great. They're getting work. They're getting real work, some dollars, but it's because they're also on like they're in front of eyeballs. They're putting themselves in a position. That's what I hope to do even with my socials. Wherever I am now, I'm trying to just be diverse everywhere.
Well, I just think that it is an opportunity and a platform to expose yourself,
It is.
expose your business. So I think it's a good platform depending on how you see it and what you use it for.
Yeah, and I don't think it shouldn't. Okay, I mean anything in life you'll feel intimidated, but I think it's like it's so user friendly.
Yeah, for somebody like you who is a social media and have kind of grow up in it with it, but I can see why some people would find it intimidating with Gen Z and how, like I could see it because I'm not Gen Z. I can look on the other side and said, yeah, I could see how it could be intimidating for a person in an older generation or somebody who's not used to being in front of the camera or, somebody that's not used to maybe sharing, a bit of their personal life online. I could see how that could be. But as you say, like with me, what helped me overcome a lot of maybe fear of recording was I took a lot of classes online. Well, I did Skillshare
Courses, yeah.
courses, to be honest, not classes. Well, Skillshare, there are
Yeah.
classes. So I took a lot of
Shout out
classes.
Skillshare.
Yeah, Skillshare is very good. And it helped me get over the fear of recording, social media, some of the fears that people go through starting out, maybe a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So there are ways to overcome your fear.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a ton of resources, like my Dukes was saying, kind of out there for you, to check out. And I do truly believe in YouTube University, even though I am a fan of Skillshare too. I did learn.
You recommended it to me.
Yes, I'm a fan of Skillshare. I did learn quite a few things on there, and I continue to do so. It actually, yeah, I will say, man, it's pretty good. But yeah, I think if you take the time to learn anything that you're doing, you don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great, and you'll get to a point where, you'll be fine. It's a lot of sirens in Toronto right now. I don't even know if you guys could hear it, but I feel like MKBHD in New York, it's probably like, yeah, there's going to be nothing but sirens for the next bit. But anyways, yeah, no, I think that's important for people to know, is how to make multiple sources of income. And I think TikTok is a way. TikTok, actually, I will say, is one of the other platforms, one of the few platforms, other than Instagram, that you all like to still be on, that actually pay you direct. So like YouTube pays you, right? TikTok pays you. I know Twitter used to do this thing, but now they don't do it anymore. Maybe. Twitch. There's this weird thing on Snapchat. I think you could send cash.
I'm not on Snapchat.
I know Snapchat's out of your league.
Yeah, that's just.
That is Zed.
Complete Zed.
Zed.
Period.
Zed, do you have Snap? Snap, 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 snap. Snapchat.
Oh my goodness. Snapchat. Oh
man, it is.
I can't even.
Snapchat.
It's just too much. I think that just gets too much for me. Like, how do people really manage all this social media apps? Like, that's like 8 we just named out.
I know.
It's a lot of.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, that's the new norm.
I know.
As well, right? So.
It's just a little bit too much out of my norm.
I know, it's okay. I wonder if we could probably play some stuff. This is a track right now that I've been really listening to. Those Afro vibes. I think we're allowed to play like 6 seconds of tracks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is called.
Little fight another day. So anything I can do to you, if only you give me the permission to show you the thing.
Yeah, before we get completely licensed. But that's cool, right?
Yeah.
That's the vibe that we need right now, as the sun kind of shines a little bit, but that's the vibe we need right now for sure. In Toronto, multiple sources of income, y'all. Explore some of the social media opportunities. LinkedIn is awesome if you want to be a little bit more professional. If you're not already on TikTok, I think LinkedIn's been a bit of a resurge with LinkedIn. They've done a bit of a social uplift facelift.
They've done a little bit of a facelift with
updated the software and how the
you're able to do more things with it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna start slowly using. I should get into it hard, but when I start really taking, I don't know. Yeah, no, I should start not even Just gotta start. Gotta start, Devo.
Tony's gonna use this
Gotta start.
every minute. No, but you got it, so it's
Yeah.
good to use.
Yeah, I'm excited for being able to DJ more outside. I think that will also help, the business grow a little bit. It's going to be a very busy summer. Hope that it can be a very busy summer and successful fall and getting into 2024, kind of like with this other pandemic stuff officially behind us. But this summer is going to be sick.
I think the summer is going to be real. I'm really excited for the summer.
Yeah.
Just to spend most of my days outside. And this is my first year. I'm a fully retiree. So, yes, we have to clap for that. And that is a big deal. I think every person reaches a point in life where you want to be able to have your time and just being able to do what you want to do. So, I'm excited about this year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep grinding.
So I'm an entrepreneur. Like I don't just do anything, and I'm a fully entrepreneur.
No, yeah.
So I'm excited about
that. Yeah, no, that's good stuff. That's good stuff, man. Yeah, man, the DJ thing is going well. It's going very well. So looking to continue that, get better at it, get more gigs as much as I can and get creative with it. Maybe start making music and start collaborating with different artists and different writers and different producers and just immersing myself fully now into that music scene. But like really love DJing and sound and like I have an obsession now with sound and how sound could heal and different vibrations and understanding how different hertz like sound to the brain and like it's really cool. It's been a very fun journey so far and this has like allowed me to appreciate music more. This is like obviously with my Much Music days and like wanting to be a VJ and stuff, doing celebrity interviews and interviewing artists and all that stuff. So I think that all like compiled to like me now wanting or me DJing and like appreciating music and being in that whole space. I mean, even have people like Akil who like, doing his thing in the music industry and I think it's it's just super fun. So I'm excited to like expand that in the hotness. And I hope you all are as well looking to like try something either new or continue to pursue hard in, especially as it gets warmer. This is for those who are in Canada. But if you're not in Canada, wherever you are listening to this, then continue doing your thing, continue grinding. You know what I'm saying? I know it's easier said than done, but we're in the trenches with you and we try to share as much as we can from what we know and what's been working for us here.
And from our own experiences.
Yep. Exactly. Own experiences. We try to help out and bring you along this journey with us, man. So, we have what's our we have our socials here. Oh, I wish I did, but I don't have a plugin for that yet, but I will. But it's at Mom Son Podcast for most socials. I think on all socials, it's Mom Son Podcast. Mom Son Podcast. Mom Son Podcast. Mom Son Podcast. I think I just wanted to say that a lot so you guys could remember. Don't forget it. But it should be Mom Son Podcast for everything. I know we've been saying that. I've been overkilling it for y'all, but
I know. Watch it be just like
you have people saying it. Yes, we want Dame Lillard. I've been seeing all the news. Oh yeah, you asked me about Nick Nurse earlier today.
Yeah, I was asking about Nick Nurse and that excitement.
Yeah, so unfortunately, if you're listening to this right now, the Toronto Raptors head coach Nick Nurse, as I am also wearing a Raptors sweater and a hat. Shout out to the Toronto Raptors. I love the Toronto Raptors. They are our NBA team. If you don't know that, one of 2019 champs. So they be doing their thing. But yeah, unfortunately, they had to let go Nick Nurse, who was our former head coach of the Raptors, who helped us win the NBA championship and also won a G League championship with some of the most decorated players in the league right now. But there's going to be some other major changes, man. Masai we trust.
I know.
Okay, you gotta trust in Masai. We do trust in Masai, man. So as long as we trust in Masai, you know.
It is what, but I'm saying I'm telling you, spring, new season, new things.
I know.
Sometimes we have to let go in order for us to be able to move on. That's life, though, right? Sometimes you have to just drop some people off.
Wow. I'm just giving headshots. Just giving headshots to people already. Who are you roasting? Because, you know.
Why do you know that as a sound?
I do. I have quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can program it?
You could program it.
Okay.
You could put.
So where do you get your options?
From different sources. I could go online. I could chop it up. I could customize it.
Oh, that's good.
Which I'm going to. I just haven't gotten around to like play with it fully, but.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
I could do up to 3 of these banks and change it all up. And you could see the lights kind of light up. If I'm not as funny. Then, you know, you just get the crickets.
Hilarious.
You get the crickets.
You're really funny. Oh my goodness.
But
that's hilarious. That's
good. they'll get better as we go along. You know, they'll get funnier, as I'm sure you all will like to hear and see. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be transparent. I'm trying to figure out. I know y'all are scared about TikTok, never mind AI.
Oh, I know.
You guys are afraid about
a whole new level. He's always one step ahead.
Look, man. Web 4 and AI, you gotta be on it. You gotta be on that virtual wave, and you gotta be on AI, man. AI is gonna save a lot of time if you use it correctly. And I'm gonna try to continue to dive in as much as I can in this. There's programs and softwares I'm dabbling with online that could like chop up your videos for you, which just makes it so much easier so that we could create this, we could focus on creating the content. Because I know as a content creator, and that's another thing too I want to say, people want to start to do social media and a lot of them don't even know how to edit. Now we're getting to a point where you don't even have to edit anymore. Like there's AI tools that could make your phone sound exactly like this camera or this microphone. Right? There are free tools online that will literally make your voice sound like this. And this is a pretty premium mic. This is the Shure MV7. You could look up the price on your own, or you could go on our socials and check it out there. But it's incredible what we actually have access to with AI, and I want to be able to see how well it could do some of the editing, because that is something that takes a lot of my energy and days. And I wouldn't say that I'm passionate about editing. If something could look good and I could push it out, then, I would rather.
Yeah.
I would rather, man. And if I don't have to, or if I could pay even a subscription where I could get like infinite access to like some, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do it. Because it's worth the investment for sure. And this now allows me to be able to like pump content out. This needs to be done every single day.
It's a time saver.
It is a time saver, and things are happening every week, every day. You got to be relevant. You got to stay, consistent, which is the key. You got to build trust. So, I'm excited. I'm excited that we have this new tool. Shout out to the Rodecaster Pro. really just diving into some of this audio sort of game here with us. This is all tour as well, man. Like tour, you learn so much being able to be on the road, and like you learn about different things, you know. Anyways, before we go, do you have our quote for the evening? As I cue you up.
Just let me pull it up here.
So this is our new intro song, by the way. If you don't already know.
So it's a very short quote, and I actually saw it in the nail salon when I was getting my nails done. And I read it, and I was like, oh, that really stuck out. And it says, create a life you love. Yeah, I like that. And then they had another one, because I wrote down two. And it says, do more of what makes you happy. Right? That was good, right?
That was good. Yeah, do more with what makes you happy. For real. There's no point of like, you know, being stressed out for no reason. For real. Kind of like Bill Burr said, you know, we know that crazy thing is happening in life. And or, you know, we know there's a fire, or I'm paraphrasing now at this point.